बिलीफ आईएएस एकेडमी, विद्यार्थी से अफसर तक।
Hello friends, welcome to Belief IAS Academy. Today we are going to discuss the next question in our UPSC Mains answer writing strategy. Okay, so let me show you the question for today's discussion. You know the burning issue in India right now, the disqualification of MPs and MLAs, right? So the question is on the same pattern. Discuss the key provisions with reference to disqualification of MPs and MLAs in the light of Supreme Court judgments. Okay, so this is the question and let me tell you why this particular issue is in news. We know that Congress leader Rahul Gandhi has been sentenced for 2 years, right? For 2 years in a jail because of the defamation case of 2019. We know that there was a remark by Rahul Gandhi that sab Modi chor hai, right? So I don't want to go into political debate, but just I am telling you the reference. There was a defamation case against him and the Gujarat's Surat court has held him guilty and sentenced to 2 years in jail. So this is a context for this particular question. हम इस क्वेश्चन को डिटेल में डिस्कस करेंगे, बट बिफोर गोइंग टू डिस्कस दैट पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन हम आपको ऐसे एक चीज बोलने वाले हैं विच इज गोइंग टू चेंज योर स्ट्रेटेजी होलिस्टिकली, राइट? द स्ट्रेटेजी इज द एमआईपी मीन्स मास्टर इंप्रूवमेंट प्रोग्राम. यहाँ पे हम क्या करने वाले हैं, you can see the features of this particular program on the screen. Also the features are detailed described in the particular Telegram channel. You can go in the description section of this particular video, then you can find the link for our Telegram channel. Okay, so यहाँ पे feature कौन कौन से हैं? 2 layer of answer evaluation, STEM feature, 1-to-1 unlimited doubt sessions, 10 years of PYQs are covered, then 24/7 personal mentorship, monthly performance assessment and many more features are there. So this is my humble request to go and check all the details so that you are not misguided for your UPSC preparation, right? So that is what our motto is. Now let us come to our original discussion. हम क्या डिस्कस कर रहे थे? डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन ऑफ MPs and MLAs, right? So आपको डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन का मीनिंग पता है? What is disqualification? Disqualification of MP and MLA means an MP or MLA ceases to hold his or her office on account of violation of specific laws in existence meant for the disqualification, right? So ये हो गए technical definition. In UPSC exam, whenever you are asked a particular question, you have different types of introduction, right? आप different types के introduction कर सकते हैं. For example, you can write definition. कई जगह पे आप करंट की फैक्ट्स दे सकते हैं, कई जगह पे आपको स्टैटिस्टिक दे सकते हैं, राइट? These are the different ways to introduce your particular answer. So I have gone with this particular introduction, sorry, right? You can also go with the context of Rahul Gandhi ji. Now let us come to the next part, that is body. We know that we divide the answer in 3 parts: introduction, body and conclusion. If the question is of 10 marker, then you can combine way forward and conclusion, and if the question is of 15 marker, you can write separately way forward and conclusion. Okay, now let us come to the body part. First of all, हमें यहाँ पे क्या एड्रेस करना है कि डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन ऑफ MPs और MLA के बारे में कौन कौन से प्रोविजन है, राइट? इन शॉर्ट यू हैव टू राइट ऑल दिस प्रोविजंस, राइट? So let me show you the provisions which are provided for the disqualification of MPs and MLAs in Indian polity. First of it is Article 102 subsection 1 and Article 191 subsection 1 for the disqualification of MPs and MLAs, right? So this is given in the constitution. यहाँ पे grounds कौन कौन से दिए हैं, right? आपको grounds देखने हैं. First ground is the office of profit, right? So if the particular member is holding in office of profit, now office of profit is not defined in the constitution, right? यहाँ पे सेपरेट क्वेश्चन भी बन सकता है कि व्हाट इज ऑफिस ऑफ प्रॉफिट, इसको हम सेपरेट डिस्कस करेंगे. आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू द कंटेक्स्ट. उसके बाद है बीइंग ऑफ अनसाउंड माइंड, राइट? यू शुड बी ऑफ he should be of unsound mind if he becomes disqualified, right? Next is he is insolvent or not having valid citizenship. So these are the grounds which are provided in the constitution. Next part is the 10th schedule. Now the second part which talks about disqualification. आपको पता होगा in 1985 there was the amendment, right? Constitutional amendment in 1985. 52nd amendment, the famous amendment called as anti-defection. So यहाँ पे दिया है what are the grounds for defection, right? In the core polity you can study all the grounds of defection, right? And the third part which provides for disqualification is the RPA 1951, that is Representation of People's Act 1951. यहाँ पे बहुत सारे crimes दिए. If you are going to commit that crime, that particular member if that commits that crime, then he or she is held guilty, right, for conviction in various criminal cases. देखो अभी यहाँ पे हमने बोल दिया कि what are the provisions. Now we are going to discuss the RPA provision in detail because the question is related to the RPA, right? Now let me show you the what are the provisions for RPA. You can see on the slide, that is section 8(1), section 8(2), section 8(3), section 9, section 10, section 11, right? So section 8(1) क्या बोलता है? Promoting enmity between two groups, bribery and undue influence or personation at an election, right? So this is one fact. Second is the holding or profiteering, adulteration of food or drugs, and for conviction and sentence of at least 6 months for an offence under any provision of the Dowry Prohibition Act. So this is second provision. Third provision is the if the convicted person has been imprisoned, right, or sentenced to imprisonment for not less than 2 years, right? So Rahul Gandhi ji का जो sentence हुआ था, it is for 2 years, right, in the same case. And once he is disqualified, he is disqualified from the date of such conviction and shall continue to be disqualified for a further period of 6 years, right? मतलब 2 years तो आपके चले गए, उसके बाद 6 years he or she is ineligible for the election, right? Next section is section 9. यहाँ पे क्या है? If the particular member commits an act of corruption or disloyalty or enters into any government contract while being a lawmaker, right? So this is the next provision. In the section 10, it is given that failure to lodge an account of election expenses, agar that particular member is failing to give the election expenses for the election, right? And the last one is the corrupt practices. So these are the exhaustively given in the RPA 1951, right? Same question was asked by UPC in UPC mains also, ki what are the grounds for disqualification under RPA. So you need to study this particular act in detail, right? We have just briefly studied this article, various articles and various sections in short because we have different question to deal here. Next, now the next part is about disqualification on the ground of defection, right? जैसे मैंने बताया कि 1985 में एक अमेंडमेंट हुआ था, 52nd अमेंडमेंट, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट. तो वहां पे दिया था कि व्हेन अ पर्टिकुलर मेंबर इज डिस्क्वालिफाइड. तो आपको पता है जब भी कोई मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट whenever that particular MP voluntarily gives his or her membership, right, so वो डिस्क्वालीफाई हो जाता है. उसके बाद if he votes for absence from the voting in the house contrary to any direction given by his political party. फॉर एग्जाम्पल व्हीप ने बोला है भाई आज कोई मीटिंग है, हमारी इंपॉर्टेंट मीटिंग है और कुछ रिजोल्यूशन पास होने वाला है गवर्नमेंट का, सो यू हैव टू वोट आइदर इन फेवर और इन डिसफेवर. अगर दैट एमपी doesn't adhere or doesn't abide by that particular direction, then that particular MP is held to be defected, right? Next, if the particular MP, if that particular MP is independent, right, independently elected, that is he is not elected on the ticket of any particular political party, then if that particular MP joins any political party, then it becomes disqualified. And the last one, if any nominated member, we know that there are 12 members who are nominated by president, right? And am I correct or not? How many members are nominated by president? You know that, right? So you should not confuse between Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, right? You should also not confuse between legislative assembly of the state legislature. So try to revise the core aspects of polity. Okay, so the last provision here is that if any nominated member joins any political party after the expiry of 6 months, so these are the provisions for the depiction, right, under the 10th schedule. Now let us see the next part. Whenever the particular decision comes in front of presiding officer, so what should be the decision? आपको पता है कि under 10 schedule it is decided by chairman, right? In the case of राज्य सभा, and if it is लोक सभा वहाँ पे स्पीकर डिसाइड करता है. 1992 का एक जजमेंट है, फेमस जजमेंट है. आई थिंक यूपीएससी ने एक क्वेश्चन भी पूछा है मेंस पे उस पे कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज रूल्ड दैट द डिसीजन ऑफ द चेयरमैन और स्पीकर in this regard is subject to judicial review, right? If I am not wrong, I think that is the Kyoto Holon case is that regarding this particular question कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा था the decision of chairman or speaker in this regard is subject to judicial review, right? So this was held. Now let us see the important judgments regarding this particular issue, because the question itself talks about the Supreme Court judgments. So this is the core part of your answer. If you do not write this particular part in detail, your marks are bound to be cut. Okay, so you should give various types of judgments which are given by Supreme Court. Now let us see the first judgment, that is the Union of India versus Association for Democratic Reforms, that is ADR, right? This was the case of 2002. यहाँ पे क्या हुआ था, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बोला every candidate contesting an election to the parliament, state legislature or municipal corporation has to declare their criminal records, financial records and educational qualification along with the nomination paper. So यहाँ पे ये बोला गया था, see you don't have to describe the case in detail, you just have to give the judgment which is given by the Supreme Court. Okay, otherwise आपका word limit fulfill नहीं हो पाएगा. I mean it will it will exceed the particular word limit. Now let us come to the next case, that is 2005's Ramesh Dalal versus Union of India. यहाँ पे क्या बोला गया था, a sitting MP or MLA shall also be subject to disqualification from contesting elections if he is convinced and sentenced to not less than 2 years of imprisonment by a court of law, right? So ये important judgment है. And the next judgment is very famous and very important, which can be asked by UPSC either in mains or prelim also, that is Lily Thomas judgment. क्या हुआ था, एक provision ऐसा था which was going to give protection to MPs and MLAs, right? And the section was section 8 subsection 4 of the RPN 1951, right? यहाँ पे क्या दिया गया था, even if the particular MP or MLA is sentenced for imprisonment, then he or she could appeal to the higher judiciary, right? And till that date he was held from disqualification, right? But this particular provision was held to be unconstitutional by the Supreme Court, right? So this is important judgment, you should remember, that is Lily Thomas judgment 2013. The court held that MP or MLA convicted for 2 years or above will be disqualified immediately, right? Immediately. That is, he or she doesn't have right to be held from disqualification just because he or she has applied in the higher judiciary, that is appeal in the higher judiciary. Next, in 2015 case क्या हुआ था, यहाँ पे कृष्णमूर्ति वर्सेस शिव कुमार एंड अदर्स केस, राइट? यहाँ पे क्या हुआ था, डिस्क्लोजर ऑफ क्रिमिनल एंटीसीडेंट्स, दैट इज फॉर एग्जांपल हीनस क्राइम्स ऑफ ए कैंडिडेट. जब भी आपको पता है इलेक्शन डिक्लेयर होते हैं, उसके बाद बहुत सारे कैंडिडेट नॉमिनेशन फाइल करते, राइट? सो ही और शी डिक्लेयर और दी क्रिमिनल एंटीसीडेंट्स, राइट? उसके ऊपर कौन से चार्जेस लगे हैं, राइट, एटसेट्रा एंड ऑल. So these are the cases regarding your this particular question, that is disqualification. Now let us come to the way forward. See, whenever the question is asked regarding an issue, it is better कि आप उसका way forward लिखो, so that examiner will get idea कि you know the issue and you also know the solution, right? अगर आपके पास सोल्यूशन है देन यू शुड राइट इट. हाँ, अगर आपके पास टाइम कम है देन यू कैन कंबाइन विथ योर कंक्लूजन पार्ट. बट आई विल सजेस्ट यू राइट वे फॉरवर्ड. Try to fit that particular way forward within the word limit. Okay, so this cheese will come with some practice, right? So this will not come automatically. So I will suggest you write particular question and you try to frame a particular framework in your mind so that you can get particular limit or the scope of that particular answer, and you can write the answer in a very systematic manner. So let us see the way forward. Disqualification can be reversed if the higher court grants a stay on the conviction or decides the appeal in the favor of the convicted lawmaker. So आपको पता होगा लोक प्रहरी का केस है इन 2018. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बोला कि disqualification will not operate from the date of the stay of the conviction by the appellate court, right? Significantly, the stay cannot merely be a suspension of sentence under section 389 of the Code of the Criminal Procedure, but a stay of conviction, right? And under section 389 of the CRPC, an appellate court can suspend the sentence of a convict while the appeal is pending, and this is akin to releasing the appellant on bail. So you get technical provisions. You should know all these provisions regarding these particular cases. अनदर ओपिनियन है यहाँ पे क्या हुआ था, विच इज अवेलेबल फॉर एमपी हु शुड अप्रोच द प्रेसिडेंट. आपको पता है आर्टिकल 103 ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन रिगार्डिंग डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन ऑफ एमपी, राइट? सो दिस पर्टिकुलर केस विल बी डिसाइडेड बाय द प्रेसिडेंट इन कंसल्टेशन विद द इलेक्शन कमीशन, राइट? नाउ इट इज अप टू एमपीज वेदर ही और शी अपील टू द प्रेसिडेंट इनवोकिंग आर्टिकल 103. सो सेकंड प्रोविजन हो गया रिगार्डिंग डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन. एंड नेक्स्ट इज द RPA. RPA itself provides remedy for the protection from disqualification through election commission. तो यह इसका सेक्शन आपको पता होगा, सेक्शन 11. वो क्या बोलता है? इलेक्शन कमीशन में रिकॉर्ड रीजंस एंड आइदर रिमूव और रिड्यूस द पीरियड ऑफ पर्सन डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन, राइट? सो ये इलेक्शन कमीशन का डिस्क्रिप्शन है. सो चेकिंग ऑल द फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर्स दे कैन रिमूव और रिड्यूस द पीरियड ऑफ disqualification of the MP or MLA, right? So election commission exercise this power of आपको पता होगा एक केस सिक्किम चीफ मिनिस्टर PS तमंग केस, right? Who served 1 year sentence for corruption and his disqualification was reduced so as to contest by election remain in office. So you can give this particular case study here कि how the election commission can play a role in disqualification, right? So these are the way forward you should remember in your exam. And then the last, that is the conclusion. Disqualification of MP or MLA is aimed at preventing criminalization of politics, right? See, in conclusion, you should try to give the essence of the question and you should be optimistic, futuristic about your particular issue. यहाँ पे हम क्या बोल रहे हैं? This particular disqualification has been brought for the criminalization of politics and keeping the tainted lawmakers from contesting elections. But is very important that this particular provision should not be misused, right? It should not be misused by the ruling party, and there should be democratic balance should be maintained between politically motivated disqualification and vendetta politics. So regarding the recent Rahul Gandhi case, there is debate that this particular disqualification is because of vendetta politics or politically motivated disqualification. So we are not going in a particular political debate. We are trying to become we are trying to remain politically neutral. See, being a civil services aspirant, we should give neutral judgments or neutral your argument, so that the examiner will feel that this particular candidate doesn't favor any particular political party. So this is what our purpose is, that we should try to be balanced in our answers so that examiner will give you at least some average marks, and your validation depends upon how many examples, how many cases, how many articles, how many various provisions you give in your answer. So this is all about today's discussion. We are going to continue with this particular question answer series And for more details about MIP, I will suggest you to go to the description. The link is provided there. You can contact in the Telegram. All the details are provided there. Okay. So thank you very much for your kind attention. Have a nice day.